Hello there, my name is Yehuda Erdfarb, and I want to tell you about my great-grandfather, Yaakov ben Moshe. Throughout his life, he had many names. He was Jack or Yaakov for his family, and later Jake in America. He was born in a small Polish town of Mizrich, Poland, on the 20th of February, 1917. Before the war, he lived a very normal life, going to school and working as a carpenter. He didn't have much formal education, but he was talented with his hands, hardworking and determined. He was drafted into the Polish army, serving in the army band first and later in the infantry. But it all changed on September 10th, 1939, when Germany invaded Poland. He was shot in battle, taken prisoner, and put in a POW camp. After a few months, Jewish prisoners were released because the Germans still followed rules regarding prisoners of war. He went back home. But in the meantime, life had already become so dangerous for the Jews, they literally had to hide inside the walls of houses in order to survive. Eventually, my great-grandfather, his mother, sister, brother-in-law, and cousins were taken to Umbersplatz, the holding area prior to the deportation to Treblinka. We are uncertain whether his sister and the others were killed there or later at Treblinka, but they did not survive. He and his mother were forced onto the train, and unfortunately his mother, my great-great-grandmother, died en route. He somehow managed to flee from the train onto the woods and lived in constant fear, helped by some people walking by who shared food with him. When he finally reached his home, he found it deserted and empty. There were no more neighbors, no Jewish life whatsoever. Eventually, he was caught once more and sent to a succession of concentration camps. He had to work hard constructing barracks, was hungry, beaten, and under conditions that are indescribable. He survived Buchenwald, Majdanek, Auschwitz, and Terezin, some of the worst places in the world. Finally, he was liberated by the Russian army in Tarzin. Immediately following the war, he went to wait his turn for a new start at the Landsberg Displaced Persons Camp. He was brought to America through the assistance of his uncle, Shlomo Kaiman. In 1946, he sailed on the Marine Flasher, the first ship carrying Holocaust survivors across the ocean to the United States. In New York, he went to school and learned English at PS 82 in the Bronx. That is where he met my great-grandmother, Marion, who was working to help survivors adjust to their new lives. They got married in 1947 and had 3 sons. In time, the family grew. 4 boys in my grandparents' family, more children in other branches, and eventually many grandchildren and great-grandchildren, including me. In America, he worked for many years as a furniture finisher for W. & Chase Salon. He had nothing, and yet he started anew with strength, faith, and determination. His story isn't just a piece of history for me, it's my family's story. It is a reminder to me that at the worst of times, one can survive and get back on his feet, finding hope once again. I'm proud to be his great-grandchild, and I'm privileged to share his story.